after that September edition came out, you know, wanted to know, well, who's going to be there, what's going on, is Kid Rock there? I'm like, well, I can't give out the information. But he comes in, you know, he comes in nonchalantly, sometimes depending on the crowd. If it's real, real busy, once maybe I'll get a phone call when they're outside. Or sometimes I'll just dart right in, you know, and sit at the bar like you're sitting here with me, you know, with a baseball cap on. And it doesn't take long for people to notice, you know. But there's nothing, it's not like it's a big, like he walks in like we're rolling out the red carpet, even, you know, even though it's always red no matter what color it is for him, because he's always welcome and he's always, this is his, you know, this is his spot.
There was a cool little scene going on in Detroit that also spawned Eminem and Insane Clown Posse.
The old stuff, it's real hardcore. I mean, it's rap, and again, it's more out of, if you're talking about Detroit, you're also talking about the Insane Clown Posse. It's more towards that, but it's not as sarcastic as ICP went. But that's another thing with white rappers. ICP has given a bad name to Detroit, which I don't feel. I like their work, but a lot of people out there, it's just too much for them.
I remember like the old style was like a lot more hip hop, like more sampling and scratching records and kind of stuff. But the new stuff, he still does that, but he incorporates a little more metal, I'd say, or metal or rock and roll, or, you know, a little classic rock or the southern rock sound or whatever. He incorporates it all kind of into like one big melting pot of sound, and just kicks ass.
Never standing still, he's often playing guitar, drums, and even harmonica.
Yeah, I remember seeing him in concert, and he was playing out that song, You Know My Name Is Rock. And in the middle of that song, he goes through and he plays every instrument. He gets on the guitar and plays the guitar part for a while. Then he switches to the drums and takes over the beats on the drums. Then he'll run over and start scratching the records, all while the song keeps going. Everyone keeps playing, and it doesn't sound like anything's missing. He just goes around. He can play everything and keep the song going no matter what, and that's just amazing.
He released his major label debut on Jive and got his break opening for Boogie Down Productions. This was his long-awaited chance to hit the big time and maybe become as big as his beloved Run DMC.
Probably the biggest thrill for me is when we were growing up, Run DMC to us was like the king of everything. And we used to have our Adidas jackets and our Adidas pants and our Adidas shoes. And recently I went over to Bob's house. He copied a CD for me that him and Run DMC produced in Detroit, and it's not even released yet. And I had a copy of that, and that was a big thrill to me. And he knew it was a big thrill to me. And as soon as I got there, he played it for me, and it's a big thrill. He has one of Run DMC's black top hats that they wear, and to us growing up, I mean, they were it. You know, it was a big thrill to us. Imagine whoever's growing up who their idol was in music, and you know, now he's on stage with them. It's pretty eerie. Think about it.
I listen to a lot of hip hop, but I think Kid Rock has opened up rap to a lot of people, especially in this present time where a lot of people are going into white rappers with Eminem coming around. He's done a really good job. I mean, a lot of his production is influenced by hip-hop.
He came out of nowhere for me, actually. I remember camping over Labor Day weekend, and that's all we did was listen to his CD. You know, it reminds me of a summer song. It's very rockin', rollin'. You're in this, it's summer, it's hot. You're just kind of partying.
He was very popular.
Yeah, he's always a popular guy.
Yeah, he was very popular, especially after he got the name Kid Rock.
Yeah, I knew. Even one time after he came to my father's funeral after he passed away, and a couple of us just sitting on the porch, and this was back in 1990, and some kid was driving down the street, and he used to have this high top. It was really high. He used to blow dry and get it to stand straight up. And some kid slammed on his brakes. He got out of the car, and I walked up to him. I said, "What's the problem?" He goes, "Is that Kid Rock up there?" And this is, I don't even think he had one album out there. And I was like, yeah. They went over there and he signs the guy's autograph, and I'm like, holy wow.
That was when Bob came out with his first little tape with Too Short.
Yeah.
Yodeling in the Valley.
Yodeling in the Valley.
Yeah, we talk about on air what that was about. But,
yeah, well, they're hating him now because they signed him, RCA or Jive, whoever it was. He went on a tour with them, and then they never pushed him.
Yeah.
Now I'm sure they would have pushed him. And he was actually in Mount Clemens. He was telling me a story how he was in Mount Clemens about 2 months ago. And he was there with Run DMC. And I don't know if they were at a studio or in a house or something. Some kid from the neighborhood came by and said, asked Run. He was outside on the phone and asked Run, said, is Kid Rock in there? And Bob was walking outside and he heard him. And he just was dumbfounded. He walked up to the kid. He said, you know who this is? I said, what are you asking for me for? He says, Run right here. You don't need me. You know, he's like, get out of here. So it's pretty funny. He told me that story. And, you know, for him to tell that story just shows how much respect he has for them, how good of musicians those people are, because they made it a long way.